Hello guys, in this video we're gonna talk about NAT, network address translation. We're gonna do NAT overload from many private IPs to one public IP, and then we're gonna do a static NAT from one public IP to one private IP, and path from one public IP to one private IP using the 80 port or any port. So we're gonna start with the router 1, the client router. We're gonna go to enable, then configuration terminal. Then we're gonna start with the interface fast ethernet 00. Okay, so we're gonna put the address, the IP address 200.0.0.4, and the mask is 29. The subnet mask. Okay, and then we not shut down the interface. So then we're gonna set up the LAN, go to interface fast ethernet 01, and then we add the address 192.168.1.1, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0 mask 24, and then we shut down the interface. We now shut down the interface. Okay, so then we're gonna change the name to host R client. Okay, so then we're gonna go to the ISP router, and then we're gonna go to enable configuration terminal. Then we're gonna set up the client interface fast ethernet 00. Go IP address 200.0.0.1 255.255.255.248, and then no shutdown, and then the interface is up because we are on the same subnet. So right now we can ping each router. So then we're gonna set up the server side, and then we go to 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 set up that site, and then we're going to interface fast ethernet 01, IP address 192.168.2.1, and the 24 is subnet mask, and then no shut to up the interface, and then we save the data with do wr. Okay, so now we have all the interfaces set up. So we have to set up the NAT to the computer's access to the servers. So at this moment we cannot ping to the server or the other router because they are on another subnet or another network. So that's why we need to use NAT, because we need to access with one public IP, not one private IP. So then we ping the default router, then it's okay. So we're gonna set up the NAT, the network address translation. So first thing we gotta do is to do an access list to the router and mark the the network that we need to go or to access. So we're gonna go access list 1 permit, and we're gonna permit the address 192.168.1.0, and then we put the wildcard. So it's the same as vice versa of the subnet mask. Okay, and then we save the access list, and then we need to set up the interfaces. This is the outside interface because it goes to the ISP, and this is the inside interface because okay, and this is the inside interface because it's on the local area network or the inside. So we're gonna on interface fast Ethernet 00. This is the outside because it goes to the ISP. Is in the outside. So we put this command IP night outside because that's the interface that is in the outside side. And then we go to the interface fast Ethernet 01 and put the command IP NAT inside because it's in the inside side. So then we save the data in the NVRAM, and then we put this last command IP NAT inside source, and we put the list that we have created before, list 1, because that was the number that we put before, and then we put the interface that it goes outside, and then we put this last command overload. It's very important, this command overload. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's because a typo error. Okay, and then we save the data, and then we do show run to see the configuration, and we see the interface fast Ethernet 00 is in the outside and fast Ethernet 01 is in the inside. And then we see the command IP NAT inside and the access list that we created before to mark the address or the network. Okay. Okay, so now we can ping to the other network because we have created NAT network translation overload. So we're gonna see if we can ping 200.0.0.1. Okay, now we see that it's pinging. Okay, so now we see that is pinging to the router in the outside side. So we can check out the NAT translation with show IP NAT translation, and we see that the inside local, inside outside local that is making the translation. Okay, it is a ICMP packet. It's a ping packet. Okay, so then we have to set up the static NAT that is from one IP to another IP, from one public IP to another private IP. So in this case, we're gonna do it on the router. So we're gonna go to we're gonna set up the interfaces before. So we're gonna set up the interface fast Ethernet 00 that is in the outside side. Okay, so we put the interface fast Ethernet 00 and then we put IP NAT outside because it's in the outside side. It's not in the local, it's in the outside. So we put that command and then we go to the other interface, interface fast Ethernet 01, and this is in the local area, so we put the IP NAT inside because it is sitting in the local area. So and then we save the data. We do WR, do write. Okay, so then we need to to create the we need to create a NAT. So we're gonna do it with this command IP NAT inside source static because it's an static translation. So we're gonna do the internal IP is 192.168.2.2, and then we put the the one IP. We're gonna put 200.0.0.2. Okay, and then hit enter, and then we can access to that server from another location using the the public IP. So this is a DNS server. So we can put here the name of of the the page, and we put the address, the public address, the public IP address, and then we save. Click on Add. Just click on Add, and then we see the IP address, the internal IP address. Okay, so now we have done a static NAT. So then we're gonna do path or path port isolation to get to the web server. Okay, it's almost the same, but we need to set up the port. So we're gonna go with IP NAT inside source static. We put TCP because it's a TCP port, it's the 80 port. We put the inside local address that is 192.168.2.3, and then we put the port, the 80 port, and then we put the the WAN address or the public address 200.0.0.3, and then we put the port 80, and then we save the data to WR and then exit. Shall run to check out the configuration. Okay, we see that we have created NAT. We have two to translation. We can check out if it's, we can check out the configuration. Okay, so now we can ping the web server, the DNS server and the web server. Okay, we see that we have the DNS server set up on the computer, and we're gonna go to do NS lookup to see if it's working. If it's working, we can check out with NS lookup, nslookup cisco.com. Okay, we're gonna check out the other computer, www.cisco.com. We see that it's working. We can access to the web server from this site, and then we see that it's solving is the cisco.com. Okay, we can access using the web browser to cisco.com, but also we can access using the IP address, the public IP address, because it's using the 80 port. And also we can put the name because we are using the DNS server. Okay, we see that it is set up. So we can access putting cisco.com and cisco.co.cr also. So we can check out show IP NAT translation, and we see that is making the translation. So we can check out in the other router. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it, and if you want more videos, click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much.